Ilia Malinin is intended to be a glitch in the matrix. On paper, he is not just the favorite for Olympic gold in Milan. He is an inevitability. He is the quad deity, the only human in history to perform the quad axel, a skater who has effectively defeated the video game of figure skating by performing movements that were mathematically considered unfeasible just 5 years ago. He arrived in Italy unblemished over the last 2 seasons, having just earned his 4th consecutive United States title by a staggering margin. But as Ilia Malinin stepped onto the ice for practice at the Milano ice skating facility on February 4, 2026, the aura of invincibility began to crack. For the first time in his tenure, the man who eats gravity for breakfast confessed he was afraid. "I'll have bad days where I ruminate about the burden and it really shuts me down," he told a crowded press conference. "It places me in not the best mood. It's a lot to manage when the whole universe is waiting for you to do something extraordinary." The universe does not just want Ilia to triumph. They want him to break physics. They want the historic 6 quad program. They want the world record score of 335.30. They want the god. But behind the scenes, Ilia Malinin is dealing with a very human reality. He is breaking in new skates, a procedure that is famously rigorous and unpredictable during an Olympic week. He is donning a pair of vibrant yellow skate laces gifted to him by NHL legend Alex Ovechkin, a symbol of the greatness he is anticipated to transport. What happens to a deity when he realizes he still has to bleed like everyone else? In Milan, the competition is not just about rotation anymore. It is about survival. To grasp why the pressure is so high, you have to comprehend the math of what Ilia Malinin genuinely does. Let's speak about the quad axel. In a standard quad, you rotate 4 times in the air. In an axel, you start off forward, which means you have to complete an extra half rotation. That is 1,260 degrees of rotation in less than 0.8 seconds. For decades, sports scientists said the human frame could not sustain the torque. They said the ankles would break. They said the brain could not process the rotation speed. And for Ilia, it peaks out at over 6 rotations per second. When Ilia Malinin lands a quad axel, his body absorbs roughly 800 pounds of force. That is the equivalent of a modest car being dropped on his lead leg from a height of 3 feet, and he does not just do it once. He does it while traveling 20 miles per hour on a steel blade that is only 4 millimeters thick. But Ilia's rebellion against physics does not end with the axle. He has spent the 2026 season incorporating elements that the International Skating Union, ISU, scarcely knows how to score. One of them is the raspberry twist, an acrobatic horizontal pirouette named after the Russian word molina. The backflip is a move that was prohibited for decades as too dangerous until Ilia helped trigger a rule change in 2024. He did not just move the bar. He flung the bar away. He is playing a different sport than everyone else. This technical dominance created a mathematical snare. Because Ilia can perform jumps no one else can. His basic value is so high that he can fall twice and still outscore a perfect rival. But in Milan, winning is not the objective. The goal is the legacy. And for the first time, Ilia is discovering that being the favorite implies you have everything to lose and nothing left to prove. Ilia Malinin was not just coached for this moment. He was engineered for it. His parents Tatiana Molinina and Roman Skornikov were not just skaters, they were Olympians for Uzbekistan. He was educated in the language of the blade in a Virginia arena, dissecting the mechanics of rotation with 2 individuals who knew precisely what the Olympic pressure felt like. His mother was a Grand Prix final champion, and his father was a consistent technical titan. But as he arrived in Milan, he added a new dimension to his warrior identity. He is wearing vibrant yellow laces, a personal gift from Washington Capitals captain Alex Ovechkin. It is a DC Virginia connection that represents a transfer of the flame. Ovechkin, the man who defied age to pursue Gretzky's goal record, saw something in Ilia, a shared murderer instinct. Malin's agent, Ari Zakarian, connected the 2 heavyweights. And now those yellow lacing are a constant visual reminder of the grandeur Ilia is expected to deliver. But that lineage and those connections come with a hefty tax. There is a specific kind of weight that comes with being a second-generation Olympian. It's not just your ambition on the line. It's the perpetuation of a family legacy. On February 4th, Ilia admitted that following in his parents' footsteps is an honor, but you can see the toll. He is 19 years old. He is carrying the expectations of a family, a hockey legend, and a sport that is frantic for its first Biles-level superstar. He spent his life being the quad deity his parents built. But in Milan, he's attempting to figure out who I is. He's reaching out to performers, contacting musicians directly to clear rights, and attempting to prove that he is a performer, not just a technical anomaly. In 2026, Ilia Malinin is undertaking the most dangerous jump of his career. And it's not an axle, it's an artistic reinvention. He knows the critics say he is all leaps and no soul. He knows his component ratings are lower than Yuma Kageyama's. So for the Milano Cortina competitions, he has completely reworked his identity. His brief program, The Lost Crown, is a high-octane tribute to the Prince of Persia video game. It's a choice that reflects his own personality. A gamer, a Lego creator, a kid of the digital age. He collaborated with legendary choreographer Shaylin Bourne to turn the ice into a battleground, lip-syncing to the melody and smiling through leaps that should be impossible. But it's his fricata voice that has the skating community talking. For the first time in Olympic history, a skater is using their own spoken voice as part of the soundtrack. Ilia spent hours in a recording studio with Shaheen and her husband, director Bodin Turak, perfecting the phrasing. He intended to tell the story of the internal noise, the pressure, the agony, and the warrior spirit required to struggle through it. Molin said he was the first person to use his own voice in a program. He wanted it to be distinctive. He wanted the audience to hear him, not just see him. But this is a massive tactical gamble. In the 100-year history of the sport, evaluators have traditionally rewarded classical silent grace. By introducing spoken word and video game beats, Ilia is asking the judges to explore his world. If they don't believe the story, the most difficult quads in the world might not be enough to save his score. He is trading points for authenticity. And in Milan, that is the largest stakes bet you can create. As if the quad axle was not enough, Ilia Malinin decided to establish the Olympic Village on fire this week with 3 words. Maybe, maybe not. During his Tuesday press conference in Milan, correspondents asked the query, "Everyone has been whispering, is the quintuple leap coming?" A 5-revolution jump, 1,800 degrees of spin, a motion that would effectively end the quad era and commence something wholly new. Molin has been teasing the quint salchow in practice for months. He has the rotation speed. He has the height. And on February 3rd, he fell the bombshell. "Physically, I am ready." And he said, "If the timing is right, you might see it." This is the Molin malfunction at its most extreme. He is performing psychological warfare with the rest of the realm. By even mentioning a quintuple, he compels his rivals to reconsider their entire strategy. How do you contend with a man who is already bored with the impossible? But the danger is catastrophic. A quintuple necessitates a level of perfection that leaves zero margin for error. 1 millimeter off in the ascent and the impact force could terminate a career. In Milan, the ice is reportedly hard and fast. It is excellent for power, but punitive for a fall. Is he actually going to do it, or is he just keeping everyone on their toes as he placed it with a grin? Either way, he has shifted the focus from will he triumph to what will he invent next. He has transformed the Olympic final into his own personal laboratory. The men's short program begins in less than 48 hours. The ambience at the Milano ice skating arena is electrifying, but for Team USA, the mood is one of calculated caution. Ilia's rivals are circling. Yuma Kageyama, the Japanese maestro of the surgical landing, is wagering that the quad god will crack under the weight of his own ambition. Kageyama does not have the axle, but he has the consistency. Ilia's admission of bad days on February 4th altered the math. When the favorite confesses they are shutting down from the duress, they are no longer the predator. They are the victims. He has admitted that going your own path can feel lonely. He has segregated himself so far from the remainder of the field technically that he has no one to manage himself against. He is in a race against his own potential and the final line keeps moving. He is 21. He is the world record holder. He is the quad god. But as he peers at the Olympic rings in Milan, he is not pondering about the 1,260 degrees of rotation. He is pondering about the landing. Success in 2026 for Ilia Malinin is not just about the gold medal. It is about surviving the miraculous. We have seen what occurs to child prodigies in this sport. We have seen the burnout and the spirits that Elisa Liu had to escape. Ilia Malinin has avoided the catastrophe so far by being smarter than his own aptitude. He swaps his skates for Lego pieces at night, building intricate cars while his cats observe from a cushioned perch. He juggles a soccer ball to keep warm. He protects the child inside the machine. But Milan is the ultimate test. He has devoted years proving he could fly. He has devoted years proving that the laws of physics are just opinions. But on this February afternoon in Italy, he is doing something much tougher. He is learning how to land. He is learning that it is acceptable to be imperfect. He is realizing that the warrior spirit is not about completing 7 quads. It is about getting back up when the burden tells you to remain down. Ilia Malinin does not need a gold medal to be the finest jumper in history. He already is. But in Milan, he might just prove that he is the finest skater. Because when the quad god eventually accepts his own humanity, that is when he becomes genuinely untouchable. The Olympics are not occurring to Ilia Malinin. Ilia Malinin is occurring to them. And for the first time, he is willing to let us see the man behind the machine.